Daylight savings time. As far as I'm concerned, the official first day of spring. I love it. Get that extra hour of daylight at the end of the day, more time to get out and about, and you just feel a lot more energetic, I think. It's also March, which means snow's coming down, but the snow is also melting. Summer's on the way. I'm pretty excited for it. But I just came off the gym. I just did an hour on the elliptical trainer. That's pretty good. It's been a minute since I've done that. And I also did a pretty good chest workout. I'm benching 265 now, which by comparison, the most I'd ever done before I got into truck driving is 225. So I'm feeling pretty strong. Definitely got that going for me. And I'm actually down a few pounds too. And I think the reason for that is carbohydrates. So back in 2012, I actually lost 90 pounds, believe it or not. And the reason because of that is I dropped the carbohydrates out of my diet. And I did that because I found out I was diabetic. I went in for my DOT physical, and they told me I had sugar in my urine, so they wanted to do a blood glucose test. And when they did that, my number was through the roof. I think it was over 450, which fasting should be between 80 and 100. So he looked me in the eye and he told me that by rights I should yank your medical card right now. But I'm not going to. He said, it's Friday. If you can come back on Monday with your blood sugar down in the normal range, I'll give you a 90-day card and then we'll go from there. So, okay. Wasn't expecting that. So the girl I was seeing at the time takes me into her doctor. And the first thing she tells me, I think it was bad advice. She tells me, stay out of the gym. And I should have ignored that, but we'll get back to that. She also confirmed that I did have diabetes. And she explained to me how carbohydrates and the glycemic index and all that other stuff works. And so we cut all the carbs out of my diet. And then by that Monday, I got my blood sugar down to a normal range. She also put me on insulin, which you can't have that as a truck driver. But the important thing is I was able to go in there, get my medical card extended, and go back to work. So she talked to me, made it sound like my next carbohydrate was going to kill me. And that put the fear of God in me for sure. So I quit eating carbs right then and there. No French fries, no ice cream, no soda pop, no potato chips. No carbs of any sort whatsoever. All I got was what was natural and vegetables. And in the meantime, I got this insulin problem. I got to get rid of it because you can't be a truck driver and be on insulin. You got to go through waivers, waivers and some red tape. And I needed to do whatever I had to do to get off that insulin. And I did actually do that within 90 days. I was pretty lucky there. But in the meantime, I had a coffee mug, one of those refillable coffee mugs from the Flying J. And what I did is I put my insulin in there and I tucked a little sock into it to keep it from shaking around. And I kept it inside my cooler on my truck. I figured that way if I got one of those in-cab inspections from the DOT, I'd just grab my coffee mug and get out of the truck, let them do their thing while I sit there and pretend to drink my coffee. And I got lucky. I never had to be in that situation because I managed to lose some weight and get off my meds. So about 90 days later, I did lose some weight. She took me off the insulin and got me on metformin for a while. And I just kept on doing what I was doing. I would get some of those pre-cooked chicken breasts from Walmart. I'd keep those in my cooler. And I'd eat about a bag of those a day and some salad. I'd eat vegetables throughout the day. Instead of reaching for potato chips, I was reaching for cucumbers, bell peppers, asparagus. You know, I actually had 7 or 8 cups of all these things all cut up, and I was munching on that throughout the day. And my rule was I couldn't have anything yummy until I'd ate all those. I had really bad teeth at the time, so it took me forever to chew everything. And usually by the time I got through that, it was getting pretty close to dinner time anyway. But I figure since I wasn't eating any carbs, I was just eating meat and vegetables, I was still getting my fill because I was eating a lot of that meat, but I was not even hitting 2,000 for calories. And so I ended up, even without being able to get to the gym because I was over the road, I still managed to drop about 90 pounds over the course of the next 6 to 8 months. And so I've been thinking about that lately. And I just went in and I just got my medical card renewed again. It's been, say that was 2012, it's 2023 now. 11 years, correct my math, I don't know, yeah, something like that. So I got to thinking, well, what did I do then to lose all that weight? And I decided, okay, it was all about dropping all those carbohydrates. So I think I'm going to do what I call a minimal carb march. And I'm actually about 13 days into that right now. And what I'm doing is basically the same thing I did back then. I'm not eating any carbs except for what comes in the vegetables. And I think that's why I'm down 3 or 4 pounds by now. And I'm going to keep that going until the end of March, and then I might maybe throw some fruit back in the mix. And the reason for that is I've been testing my blood glucose a lot more lately, because I have had a couple spells where I had the low blood sugar. And so I've had to keep little things of pineapple juice around just in case. And I think reason for that is I'm on so many medications right now for my blood pressure, and I wasn't on all those before. I was just on the metformin, so even though I wasn't eating any carbs, the blood sugar just wasn't a thing. You're having to worry about it getting too low. But I got all these meds now. It's another motivator here. I'm trying to get off all of them because they're pretty damn expensive. But I also have to be careful of the blood sugar, because with all the meds, trying to keep my blood sugar down, and then I'm not eating any carbs, well, that could end bad. But that's what I got going on for now, so we'll see how it works. It's cold, so I'm gonna go home. See ya, bye.